and welcome to another Today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. Today is May 18th, and here are all the dates that really rate. On this day in 1897, Bram Stoker held the first stage reading of Dracula. This is a ridiculous story. He rented out the Lyceum in London to do this stage adaptation. It was just to retain the theatrical rights to Dracula, I guess because it hadn't been done, so if he didn't do it, then it reverted to like public domain or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Something along those lines. But the point is, they did this whole stage play for like a couple of stagehands and a dog is the way I remember reading it. And this was the first time it was ever done live. I love the concept. Right? Absurd. On this day, 1911, Big Joe Turner was born. I happen to love Big Joe Turner. Some of the best rock and roll dance music, blues shouters. What is going on down there? Louis has definitely found something interesting on the floor. I don't know. Anyway, so the way it was told to me from Anthony from, what was the name of their band? I always forget. It was like a Gang of Four type band. Not Four on the Floor. Maybe. I forget. Anyway, he had a record store above Witch's Brew in West Hempstead, I think is where Witch's Brew is. Still is. But when I was in high school, he told me the story because Anthony is the nephew of Freddie Froggs, who is very much the reason there was a New York neo-rockabilly scene, a 1970s rockabilly rock and roll pioneer. Anyway, so Freddie, this is probably in the 80s, took a young Anthony to see Big Joe Turner. And the story as it was told was like that Big Joe got his start as like actually a bartender in like big dance halls in the 30s. And like the stage would be at the front of the room and the bar would be in the back. And he had such a loud voice that he could like mix drinks and sing while the band's in the front and he's not mic'd and he's like doing his thing and taking orders and stuff. And he was just had that powerful of a voice like back in the 30s when he got started. So Freddie and Anthony go to see him. Plays a great show. He's an older man. You know, it's literally 50 years later. And Freddie pulled some strings and they got backstage to meet him. In between, he was playing 2 sets. And Big Joe was like, guys, it's great to meet you, but I got to run back to my hotel and grab my microphone for the second set. I'm getting older. I can't do the whole thing unmiked anymore. They had no idea that what they saw was an unmiked performance of a, you know, rock and roll legend at the near end of his life. Awesome, right? I love that story. What else? Mark Mothersbaugh, born on this day, 1950. Mila Nurmi's return to television via The Vampira Show on Channel 9, premiered on this day, 1956. This was like her second show. This was like her hope for this whole thing to continue because her original 54 show ran for about a year and a half and then was canceled. And then this was picked up and ran for I think about 6 months or so. And then that was it. It's those 2 appearances on television, those 2 shows, that I think all together it was maybe about a year and a half's time. After that, she doesn't appear again as Vampira, although she does like guest appearances, walk-ons on TV shows, like variety shows, things of that nature, stage shows in Vegas and other things like that. But these are the 2 times she's really Vampira horror hosting proper. This is before the Shock Theater package is in effect, so that would have been like I think 57, 58, maybe even as late as 59, I think it's 58, where she was determined to retain her identity, and so that made horror hosts or television studios around the country come up with their own versions of horror hosts. That's why you had Morgus the Magnificent, Roland becoming Zachary. Everybody. It's really because you could have easily had a vampira in every town, but Milo Nurmi fought against it. And it's with that shock theater package that whole thing happened. They were looking to have, like, you know, a dime a dozen vampiras horror hosting actual horror movies, because at the time of the Vampira show, be it the 54 or 56 one, she's not really, if you look at the movies she's hosting, they're not Universal monster movies. They didn't have the rights for them yet. It's not till the shock theater package comes around that they really get some wonderful films to introduce. So my point here was, here we've got Playghoul, which is a book I collected. This is the hardcover edition. It is available on our website, phantomcreep.com. It is a chronological collection of Milo Nurmi appearances in pulp magazines from 1950 to 1964. So you see her start as a like bikini model, and her evolution into star of stage and screen, devourer of human beings, vampira herself. That's right. Available to you from us. Just go to our website and order it. phantomcreep.com. Yeah, what else? Lightning / Reverend Beatman, born today, 1967. I love some Reverend Beatman. Very lucky to have brought him here a bunch of times. Seen him in Europe as well. Seen him all over the place. I think I've seen him in California. Yeah, wherever he's going, it's a good place to follow. Yeah. And on this day, 1971, the film Abominable Dr. Fives premiered. One of Vincent Price's, well, one of my favorites of his. Yeah, so that's your whole day today to celebrate as you see fit. Maybe it's a Blast Reverend Beatman type day. Maybe it's Blast the Abominable Dr. Fives. Put that on for the rest of your night. Or find yourself cracking open your brand new copy of Playghoul, right? Also, we are offering this month as a special Today's Decay t-shirts, which will be featuring this wonderful artwork for Grim Death. This is a part of the Not at Night series, and it was edited by Christine Campbell Thompson. Her birthday is this month, coming up soon, so we thought, let's make this month the Not at Night series month, right? And it'll be our first piece of merchandise specific for Today's Decay. And we've been doing this for over a year, so we figured it was time to celebrate, right? Yeah, so there you go. The whole day, from us to you, till tomorrow, goodbye.